Welcome back to my channel, guys. In this video, we'll be looking on obedience to God and obedience to parents. First of all, what does obedience mean? Obedience means the act or the practice of obeying. The act or the practice of obeying a person, obeying a command. So now that we know the meaning of obedience, let us now dive into what does obedience to parents and obedience to God means with biblical references. First of all, we're talking about obedience to parents. Obedience to parents. With biblical references, we can see in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1 to 3. It is talking about children, obey your father and your mother so that it will be well with you. Children, obey your father and your mother, for this is the first commandment with a promise. So therefore, we see that that is the first commandment with a promise in Exodus. Remember, in the 10 commandments. So, and then in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1, it is reminding us about the 10th commandment, saying that children, obey your father and mother, for it is a first commandment with a promise, and that also, if you do so, there is a blessing for that. And the blessing is that you have a long life in verse 3. So verse 3 tells us the blessings attached in obeying our parents. The blessings there is that we will have long life. And where that thing was coined out from was in Exodus chapter 2, verse 12. Exodus chapter 2, verse 12. So go there and read Exodus chapter 2, verse 12 and compare it with Ephesians chapter 6, verse 3. The blessings there is that the blessings for obeying our parents is that we will have a long life. So to you watching this video, if your parent is still alive, obey your parents at all times so that you will have a long life. So guys, I'll be sharing with you few Bible passages about obedience to parents. Number one is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1 and 3, which I said earlier. The second one is Exodus chapter 2, verse 12, which I also said earlier. Colossians chapter 3, verse 20. Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 16, which talks about we obeying our parents. Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 16. Proverbs 6:20 and Proverbs 23, verse 22. So now we'll be looking on obedience to God. What does obedience to God means? Obedience to God means doing His will, doing His commands, doing His will and doing His command, doing what pleases Him, living like Him. That is what obedience to God means. So with Bible references in obedience to God, we can see John chapter 14, verse 15, Acts chapter 5, verse 29, and First Peter chapter 1, verse 14. So guys, in this same video, I'll be showing you guys people that obeyed God in the Bible with biblical references also. We saw in the case of Abraham in Genesis chapter 22. Genesis chapter 22. Abraham obeyed God by going to sacrifice his son Isaac. And we know the story that along the way, God provided the lamb, a ram for the sacrifice. So therefore, we saw in the case of Abraham that Abraham obeyed God by going to sacrifice his son Isaac. We also saw in the case of Noah. Noah obeyed God by building the ark. By building the ark, remember the ark is like a shadow of Jesus. It's like a shadow. The ark represented Jesus, and ark and his family, like were the believers. So also Noah also obeyed God by building the ark. And also we saw also in the case of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You saw that they obeyed God by not bowing to the God that King Nebuchadnezzar made. They did not bow to the God that King Nebuchadnezzar made. Rather, they said that if they perish, that they shall never bow down to the God that King Nebuchadnezzar made. So therefore, in that place also, that place was also in the book of Daniel. In the book of Daniel, read the book of Daniel, you will see more of that. You will see more of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the book of Daniel in the Old Testament. Also in the case of Mary accepted the will of God by obeying it, by accepting that she will conceive and bear forth Jesus Christ. She obeyed the will of God. We also saw that Jesus himself also obeyed the will of his Father God by coming down and by sacrificing himself as an offering for sin, as a sacrifice for sin. Also, we also saw we have many references of people that obeyed God, even Elisha, Elijah, many of them. But I'll give you these few points. Also, we are going to be seeing also the importance of obeying God. Even you watching this video yourself, you know the importance of obeying God. We know that if we obey God, He will bless us. If we obey God, He will bless us financially, spiritually. We will grow spiritually. We will grow all around. If we obey God, we will grow spiritually. He will bless us financially, and also He will enlarge our coast all around. So, to viewers, to you watching this video up to this point, to you that have watched this video up to this point, please, guys, I want to know your thoughts, even in the comment section about this video, and also what content do you want us to be supplying to you? What content do you want me to be creating more and more often? And also, as you share this video, may God Almighty continue to bless you. Once more, I remain from me all over. Thank you, guys.